Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Frank, the three VA, um, and I'm here to talk about the recent
VA.
Rewind Rumble episode where I voiced Alfredo Linguini, um, which was quite a unique character. Um, I never heard of the character until this fight, until voicing this character. So I had to do a little research on him, the kind of approach on how to voice the character. But I also want you guys to make sure, since the video is now out and I can talk about this, please, I have the link in the description to make sure you go and watch the episode for yourself. It's a very good episode, very well animated. And you know, go check that out. And you should be entertained. It's not an April Fool's joke. I mean, it's kind of a joke type fight, but at the same time, it's more of a real, it's a real versus fight. It's a real versus researched fight, and it is just happens to be on April Fool's. But it's not a actual April Fool's joke. In terms of the sense of being fooled. But nonetheless, so AR cast me as this character a while back, and I did the voice a while back, and I kind of had to approach it. The character because I didn't know what the character could do, and so I had to kind of do some digging on YouTube, to watch some clips to see like how this character was, how this character was basically how he looked, or not how he looked, but how his personality, his voice, you know when I first heard of his name, I thought he was probably going to be he was probably going to have some type of accent. Maybe an Italian accent based on his name. But when I started when I started researching some of the clips and some of, how he talks and how, his character is approached from watching some YouTube clips of him, to kind of get a feel of how I wanted to voice the character, because I want to try to replicate, but also put my spin on it. Not necessarily completely replicate the voice, but kind of replicate it to the point where people will believe it, but also do it where it has my own spin on it. I did that with the Chuck E. Cheese voice when I did Chuck E. Cheese versus Mickey Mouse, and I voiced actually both characters there. Mickey was much more easier, but Chuck E. Cheese was more creative because I kind of put my own spin on the character, based on the 2002 Chuck E. Cheese voice, which is what I was basing it off of. With Alfredo Linguini, I had to kind of do it a different approach, because it wasn't necessarily putting a spin on it. It was like when I heard him, he really didn't have an accent. It was just kind of a soft tone, regular voice type character, and so that's kind of what I went with. I just kind of went with a soft tone, regular voice, because it just felt like that was what he was supposed to sound like, and that was kind of the vibe I got from the person who voiced this character in the movie, in this movie that he was in. That's kind of what I approached thinking. So I hope it's is liked by you guys. because I really do kind of research these guys, like, when I'm voicing them, not just like doing research on fights, because I still do that. But for Animation Rewind, but for this particular character, for this particular fight, because I was just kind of like a background character, while the mouse and the rat were fighting, basically. I basically approached it as a character that was going to be a character that just seems to be soft tone, very nervous, very shy. The personality seems that way because he was very much of a clutch type chef. But then the rat kind of takes control of him with his hair, basically. And so, that makes him a better chef. But it seems, because again, I've never watched the movie. I've only seen the clips of him talking, interacting with this rat, basically. And that's kind of what I got jibed from this character, was that he was a character that was very much of a klutz type worker, and he really had not really much confidence in himself. And then when he got the rat, it basically gave him more confidence because he was, helping him be a better chef, basically. So since he didn't have the rat with him, because obviously the rat was fighting with Stuart Little, I kind of went with that, that he's shy and nervous, and that was kind of the emotion I was kind of going for him. But just a regular soft tone voice, because that just felt like that was the character. So this character kind of, when it comes off, it probably sounds more like what I would sound like generally, but it kind of has a little spin to it that's different. But it was a much more interesting way of capturing him, because again, this character was very soft tone and soft spoken compared to other characters that I've voiced that sound like this, or oh my god, I need to sound like this because I sound like Mickey Mouse somehow, oh boy, voices like that, easier to capture those voices and approaches to the reaction to it, but for this, it didn't really need that much work on how I wanted to go about it, because when I seen the clips, like I said, it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, this is probably going to be, easy to figure out the voice that I want to do, because AR kind of gives me that freedom to kind of approach the voice, based on what they sound like, and I just kind of go with it. So I do kind of have a little more leeway. Obviously, for most projects, you're probably not going to get this, but with Animation Rewind, he kind of lets me try to approach the character based on what they sound like. And so I approach it, and then I just get my own two spins on it. In this case, there really wasn't that much to go about to that. But I think it was unique in the way I was approaching it, because again, he was a shy, nervous character, and so I kind of went with that. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, I kind of went with those things. Like when you see the dialogue, then you realize we're gonna have dialogue on there. But he's going there. We'll be closing soon. Is the soup almost ready for the last customer? Kind of that shyness to it, and soft tone. So, like, we should probably leave before we get in trouble. Come on, little chef, let's go. Kind of a little soft tone voice. And that's kind of how I approached it. We'll go through this right now too, because I want people to see this. Um, I'm not going to go through the analysis here because, again, you can just go watch the official episode because it's out. But we are going to go with this here. So here we go. So I'm going to show you guys this little thing here. Let me go through this. Again, I'm not going to go through the fights because you can watch that on Animation Rewind's channel.
There's also fair to get ready for There's also fair that it's near zero. And now,
by the way, this is
let's
me.
get ready for the fight.
We did this like 3
This
years
battle
ago.
on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin.
I love that intro every time he uses it. You know, he walks there. Dialogue, the sub-dialogue text is a little off, because obviously animation's going pretty quick. But yeah, this is how it is. So this is kind of how I approach it. You know, a little shy.
In the restaurant, is the soup almost ready for the last customer? Very well.
You know, very quick but very soft tone. You know, because he's obviously not wearing it. He's not wearing him under the hat or whatever. So I kind of approached it that way. So then he goes into this.
I'll tell him it'll be ready for shop.
Like I said, the dialogue is a little kind of off from the animation there. But I think that's more of the quickness of the animation. That needs to be synced more, but... So, again... So now this is scene 2 where I'm doing it. Again, you know, he doesn't have the rat, so, again, I was kind of more shy and soft tone. You know, regular voice, you know, because it seems like that's how the character sounded like. He didn't have an accent or anything like that, so that's kind of where I went with it. So I hope you guys did like that approach.
Soup will be ready in a few minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to have for tonight?
Again, the dialects was a little off there, but I think it was just the fast of the animation.
Very well then. I will see if the soup is ready to bring it out.
Yeah, let's get that out. Where is it? That last... Was that it? No, right here. This is the last scene.
We probably should... Go. Come on, little shop. So, we probably should leave before we get in trouble. Come on, little shop. Let's go.
And then we just walk away. So again, shy. Very timid. And that's kind of the approach that I went with for the voice. Again, please go check it out on AR's channel to watch the full fight. I don't want to kind of spoil it. Probably should have already known it by now. But that was not the approach to this video. The approach to this video was more of kind of going over Alfredo. Going over the character of Alfredo. and his approach. I hope you guys liked the episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed my performance as Alfredo, legitimately, because I did go through a lot to try to get this character to sound right and the way, I thought he would sound. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and more's coming. So thank you guys, and thank you Animation Rewind. Go check out the episode. That is about it, guys. I'm Frank, 3BA, and I'm out of here. Peace.